for their sake. Well, let's see if we're cursing them or if Shopify Rebellion can answer in kind for 2 games in a row. We're into the Rift. We made it, everybody. C9 for Shopify.
We made it. We are in. Okay, so
30 seconds until minions
Loki,
spawn.
in the beginning of both games, got first blood. First time was a solo, and they traded flashes as well. Second time was with a lot of the team coming to help him out. But Cloud9 now, they're actually going to be the ones under attack.
Ooh, the Q misses right there. Blaber's able to sidestep it.
I mean, really good sidestep, too, because he had to walk back into him since it was leading a little bit with the Cho'Gath Q.
Minions has
But only level 1 Cho'Gath won't be able to provide anything after the Rupture. It does miss. So we just go back to our own sides of the Rift right now. It's going to be Contractz starting on the top side, and it looks like Blaber will also start top side.
Regardless, though, so there's a stat we have for Cloud9 where they have had major leads in a lot of their games. Contractz and Palafox, though, after just getting an upset, already brings back those memories. Look at those faces, those energy faces, crying, happy.
That was a great finals, 2023 in summer, big upset, and it was these two that were on that roster. They're looking to upset C9 again here in round 1 of the elimination phase for split 3.
So they believe. Azael really believes. He thinks it's going to be a 2-0, 2-1 up here for Shopify. So we'll see.
Series lead is a great place to be in. The question is, though, Fudge on Cho'Gath. Here's reference number 3. Will he remember to stack his ultimate?
I guess it's totally fair since he literally is on Cho'Gath.
It is, yes. That's when you can bring it up.
You definitely
the
get
third
that. That one's totally fine. But he recently refreshed his memory about the stacking mechanic for Cho'Gath.
True.
About the feast stack. So I would say he definitely would use them. And Palafox is definitely using his early advantage over Loki. Now, the thing is, you use a lot of your mana, though, early on. So it's usually like a mana bar versus health bar in these early trades between the Yone and the Cassio. And Palafox doing pretty good. Usually want to just use your autos here on minions as well. Ooh, if you gotta get the last hit with those fangs. Gotta get the last hit with those.
Still doing all right outside of that one miss right there. This is part of why Azael was so excited about the draft from Shopify Rebellion, is that Yone is something Palafox is known for. I mean, that was like probably his best game so far in Split 3 was on the Yone, big carry performance, so C9 want to keep him off of it, but this allows Palafox to pull out this counter pick.
Yeah, and the reason why you gotta get the last hit on your fangs on the minions is because that's how you restore the mana. If you don't actually last hit it, then you lose out on mana, which is imperative for your harassment.
Especially early levels before you pick up. I'm expecting probably a Rod of Ages build for the Cassiopeia. Typically, that's what I see.
But good job by him, because you see every time he moves up, he gets his auto plus Fang for harassment to get the maximum damage. Meanwhile, jungles, though, let's see Blaber crossing up to get his topside crab.
The camera just keeps going back mid, though, because of how low now the health bar is for Palafox, plus no mana.
Exactly. He's burned it all trying to harass him, so Loki is fine now to finish pushing up this wave. Since Blaber, his jungler's on his top side, he's got plenty of safety. Palafox low on mana.
And this is the power of the Doran shield. I mean, Loki's just able to heal up so much of the damage that Palafox throws out against him. Plus the fleet footwork means that he just got to hit a minion, and boom, he's back up to above half health.
Yep, rely on the Doran shields as well as the fleet. Second re-clears for both junglers are going to be mirrored as well. No actual skirmishes bottom side. In the past couple of games, we've had like at least heals and stuff used kind of early on, but everybody's very safe this time around. So probably just going to be junglers looking for their level 6s then. Continue power clearing. Both of them obviously are very good with their ultimates for actually then looking for those kills.
So anytime I see early games like this, it raises the question, which team is more advantaged? If it's a slow early game, you're given time to just get your CS and no early scraps, which composition would you rather have? Because that means you're going to be entering the mid game in probably a more even state.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, there's nothing too crazy as far as the very early game, because even Cloud9, which I would say doesn't scale as well into the late game as the Shopify comp, the early part doesn't, you know, as long as it's the bridge to the one item, they're still very good on their one items. And so the calm early part isn't like, oh man, we've got a bunch of crazy level 1 or level 3 champions.
Sure.
So really the difference you have to see is like, oh, around the 1 item mark, like then who starts to get, you know, a lot more, anything like that. So I'd say it being calm early is fine either way, because nobody has like some, you know, crazy super early power. But then we'll start to see the divergence once the 1 items come in, and you want to utilize that. Obviously, like if you get late, Cassio and Sivir have a tremendously high ceilings here with a lot of CC on both sides. It's going to be interesting because Poppy value is something that is like it fluctuates a lot. You can have really high Poppy value. You can just like completely destroy a Rakan engage or a Vi engage, or you can like whiff everything and have very, very little value. It all depends on can you hit your ultimate, can you hit your W at the correct timing there. So Cloud9, I'd say they have a lot of very good tools, but there is some variance in them, and of course with the standard AD carry, with Sivir going with a standard crit build, you're going to have a very high-end cap here for the possibilities of carrying a team fight there.
When it comes to that 1 item that you talk about, I mostly look at somebody like the Yone. When that guy picks up that Bork, that's a different champion. But so far, it's Shopify Rebellion getting the first early lead here as they pick up that Dragon uncontested. C9 were not interested in walking up. I think a lot of that was the harass that they got onto Zven in the bot lane there. And now, they, speaking of bot lane, go for a lane swap. Fudge is on the bottom half. Has he picked up a stack yet? He's level 6.
Yep, he has 1.
He does? Nice.
Yep. 1 stack.
Oh, I see it. Yep,
remember, he
Minions chomped! We got 1!
I love that he admitted it
That's
immediately after that game and just ran with it. And he was like, yeah, I straight up forgot Cho'Gath has a stacking component, but it just takes 1, Kangas. Then now he's going to remember.
Yeah. And this is what I see a lot of Cho'Gath players do early, is the first couple ults, you just use them on the minions right away. You just start stacking those up because you have 6 as the cap for that. And then you can exceed that cap if you hit champions.
You see a lot of Cho'Gaths do that. I think you see like every Cho'Gath except for Fudge in the last time he played do that. I think that is a lot of Cho'Gaths.
Fair enough.
I think like literally.
Fair enough. Well, I meant more so.
Unless you're gonna, like there's a kill angle sometimes. I got you.
Okay.
But it is funny.
I don't know if we're ever gonna stop ragging on him for that one at this point. But hey, the 2 picked up already, and the bot laner's on the top half of the map as the grubs are coming up in 14 seconds. Currently, Contractz is already on this side of the map. It looks like Shopify Rebellion might look to approach. As they're clearing out some vision, there's still the Scuttle Crab that was taken and that 1 ward place that Seos has not spotted.
Blaber has a level lead over Contractz here, which is quite nice for a grub fight here. And honestly, Contractz isn't even close enough where he could like leech experience off a mid wave, and it's going to be enough to tick him over. At least Contractz has his ultimate, but still the extra stats from that level here for Blaber might be a big factor.
Might still look for it here as the Keeper's Verdict misses, does not land onto any members, but oh, it looks like Chain CC onto the jungler. He's still able to survive to throw out the ultimate. Palafox free firing first blood to Palafox as the Loki goes down. Flash whip from Blaber. Palafox looks to follow up, not in range, but Shopify Rebellion take the kill.
Yeah, the counter was so good. The Cassiopeia lays down Miasma, gets the ultimate down, and Contractz lives. He's able to get his blast shield. He's able to use his ultimate to get back to the other side, and he actually kills Loki when Loki's the one who ulted in onto him to try and focus down the jungler. But Blaber's able to Vi ult him to the other side and just burst him down there with the help of Palafox. This is the opposite way that both of the other games started. It was Cloud9 and Loki getting first blood, but this time around, with the counter engaged, it is Palafox and Shopify. So again, Poppy ultimate misses. We talked about can it have huge value or none. And then they focus onto Contractz, but they don't have enough damage. Oh, and they just move out there with the charge. Then on the Miasma with the Conqueror stacking here, Palafox hit a juicy ultimate, and the Cassio is just free firing from the side there.
Hands up, cinema. Right there. Also, the Petrifying Gaze did tag Loki, which is what set up the counterplay from Shopify Rebellion. So Palafox is playing that incredibly well, and like you had just said, opposite from the last 2 games. Now Palafox has the slight CS lead. Now Palafox has that early kill.
Yeah, and he's funding his stacking build. As you say, it's Rod of Ages plus the Seraph, so you're going to get both of those stacking up really nicely for Cassio. You become this machine gun of power. And with a team that has a really high cap with Sivir and Cassio carries already getting accelerated, this is looking very good for Shopify.
Fudge still stacking up here on the Cho'Gath as well. Their scaling options are very threatening in this early game, slightly in their favor here. They lost 2 of the grubs to C9, but they got that earlier dragon as well. So starting the dragon stacking plus getting their Cassiopeia fed. And plus now, looking at Loki on the bot side, quickness does land, flashes into the miasma, dodges the petrifying gaze that time. Palafox cannot quite stick it.
Yeah, they couldn't quite lock down Loki there. He was able to get his flash off. But Sales did a good job.
Yeah.
You know, going in, immediately getting the E out of Loki, and then following it up with the charm. They just needed to layer a bit better there to fully actually get him. But they burned the flash. Loki, no flash for now, and Shopify feeling very confident.
And when you look at something like the Bvoy, a flashless solo laner is very scary, because now anytime you push up, you're kind of daring the Bvoy to look at that side of the map, and then just press R. You can't actually get away.
Poppy. Vulcan went for like the full range ultimate in the last fight. Trying to remember that one. Whiffing, not really getting anybody. We'll see though. You get many more chances as Poppy to have huge impact on fights.
Yeah. If you get that jungler away, boom, this next dragon could be there. It's just spawned and C9's already on it. Doesn't look like Shopify Rebellion are going to contest. Contractz is in the mid lane right now, but maybe they actually do walk up. 2 control wards from C9 will delay the approach from Shopify Rebellion, as Contractz is trying to stay in Fog of War, but not many angles to approach, and Dragon's already burned down, so C9 will stop the Dragon stacking of Shopify Rebellion. They look for more. Yeah, Vulcan just wants that auto.
Interesting rotation from Fudge here. I don't think there's actually going to be anything for him, but I guess they were looking if there was going to be an engagement here from Cloud9. Nobody got caught in mid though, so he just go back to his wave top, and Thanatos uses teleport, so teleport advantage now as well for him.
5 stacks on the Cho'Gath. It's going to be a pretty big Cho'Gath here soon. 1 more stack on the minions that he can pick up.
Oh, excuse me, it's Loki's teleports. Answered back up to topside. They do swap it, so they're sending Thanatos with his magic resistance into the Cassio. So his Hollow Radiance here. So he's just kind of trying to let Palafox push and see if they can get any sort of setup. Again, a lot of focus towards Loki and the Yone with no flash, though. He is a vulnerable target, and this is a champion that has to carry, you know. Trying to get that Blade of the Rune King is a huge moment in the game. It's been delayed a little bit.
Yeah, so far, I mean, once he gets out, we talked about the impact of that on a champion like Yone. And now into the Cho'Gath, arguably a safer lane because there's not as much damage for the Bvoy to kind of lock you down and get bursted out. But Contractz is still hovering around here, so Loki's not out of the woods yet.
Looking for a dive possibility here.
Fudge has to get the wave to crash, but Seos is nearby. Nobody else from C9 is around. They have teleport from Thanatos. Maybe they go for the defensive TP, but so far, Loki's in trouble. Shane CC'd, nowhere to go. Contractz with the kill.
Beautifully done here, and they do it quick, just like they need to. No flash on Loki, so even though he buffers his ultimate, they have plenty of CC afterwards. Again, Rakan so good at this, has the easy charm, and is guaranteed to hit afterwards. He just pops it on. Fudge with the Cho'Gath, able to layer his CC. He's under attack from Vulcan, but I don't think he's very scared.
Yeah, it seems like it should be just fine. He's able to walk away from that one. Loki's just been targeted by Shopify Rebellion. First, the flash out of him in the bot lane. Then he goes top. They dive him under turret. They do not want this Yone to hit that spike.
Yeah. I mean, this was the crux of Azael's argument for the upset win for Shopify, was countering this Yone and keeping the Yone down. Thus far, that looks to be very, very, very true.
Yeah, I was taking a look there at the level difference because Palafox hits level 11 before Loki. He was in that bot lane. Dying twice means that Loki's lost out on some waves, and Palafox actually just chasing Thanatos down.
Out.
Pushing him out of the lane. Things are landing up for Shopify Rebellion early in game number 3.
Certainly are. All right, remain calm and carry on scaling as well. Let's see, they just rotate down, so it's still going to be sending Thanatos back into this Cassio lane. Just soak up with all of his magic resistance. Basically, you're trying to soak all the mana. You're just like, can I take enough of a beating for long enough?
What goes down first?
To get her mana low enough. Unfortunately, the tier is done and the rod is done. And so, and now also with the extra lost chapter here, Palafox has.
Oh, Fudge! Oh! Solo kill for Fudge. Loki dies again.
There is just nowhere this this Yone can survive. Can't go mid, can't go side lanes to either of them.
Ooh.
This is looking very good. Shopify. Now he used his feast for the kill though, and didn't quite get the last little bit of damage, but it's not a very big thing. But he won't have the cooldown here to use it on Herald either. So, all good.
That is, again, a death for Loki where he doesn't complete the Blade of the Ruined King. He has been taken out of the game. Speaking of, Bvoy's looking to take Zven out of this one. Doesn't even try and flash it. Bvoy with his own solo kill. Shopify Rebellion are roaring to life in this series.
If they win this one, do we even allow the analysts to call more upsets since Shopify will be ahead in this series?
That's a good point, actually. Or do they start hitting it for C9 then?
Wait a second.
Vulcan spots as they're fine, yeah.
Because I mean, everyone's memeing on like you know, strength of schedule and everything coming into it, but Shopify crafting themselves some pretty good looks here later on into the series. We'll see though. Getting a little ahead of ourselves. Dragon 15 seconds away, so let's take a look at the setup.
We saw C9 third game. Shopify still could throw it as well, but this is the first game now that they have an early lead themselves. Dragon is coming up here in 5 seconds. Control word placed by Seos, but they don't have a lot of other vision elsewhere around the neighborhood, so C9 can clear that one out. There's just the one brush now in the tri-brush. Seos gets one over the wall. But as we take a look here, again, I mean, this is Shopify's first time with control over the early game. They are third in the league versus C9, but that's a big difference in a major lead percentage. As
good block.
Okay, engage now onto Bvoy. He has to cleanse, he has to flash away from the Bramble Smash. Blaber's not able to get it, but a flash engage from Contractz. They want to burst down the AP Maokai, but ultimate does land. Bvoy can't continue. Fudge gets the kill on the Vulcan meanwhile, as Loki's trying to get in there and get damage, but he just doesn't do anything right now on the Yone. And Contractz drives the Herald right around.
He missed.
Yeah, they'll still get it, I'm sure. C9, though, currently corralling around the Dragon. They have Blaber available. He has the smite. Bvoy still mid lane, so this is a 4v5 onto the Dragon. Do they want to contest this? Bvoy's just not interested in the fight. He wants to take down that turret, so they're giving the Dragon. C9 will get this, but more gold to Shopify Rebellion.
If I see any more players miss stationary targets, because it was last week or maybe the week before where Blaber was the one driving the Herald and he missed the tower on top side.
Ooh, we got a bad track record of drivers in NA.
Our junglers are not good drivers.
We got to bring back driving exams. They should be cyclical, right? You know, you only do them once in life and then you're good.
That was so funny. It's funny too because Rift Herald is like a very big, you know, like model in the game. It's just like cruising right past that tower. Whatever though, you know, they got it, and they got the second tower as well. So the price is the Mountain Dragon.
I do wonder the call from Shopify Rebellion though, because it seemed like the other four were still around the Dragon looking to contest, but Bvoy specifically just said, no, I'm gonna push this mid.
I think I know what this replay is gonna be.
Oh no!
He's trying to get all the minions and then.
Wait a minute, that's crazy.
It does.
Okay, I'm on Contractz side here. I've actually changed course. Yeah.
But so even though it does look like that, it has been this way for a while.
I trolled.
Yeah, it has been that way for a while, where like you really have to hit the center of the tower.
Sure.
You know, they updated the turning radius and everything of the Herald. So even though it's like, oh, the model's pretty big and like it looks like they're touching, it's been that way for a while, so everybody should know.
Yeah, and he was kind of wiggling, you know.
Yeah, I mean, it's all good. They got both.
They got two. They're 4,000 ahead
he said,
right now.
my bad, I trolled.
He did.
Is that you want more than that, Kangas?
No, you don't need much more than that. Also, another turret fell bot side, so now they're up to 3 turrets taken. Shopify Rebellion continuing their lead here over C9. Thanatos gonna try and hold the last outer turret, but he only has Vulcan behind him.
Buddy.
Yeah, that is going down. Shopify Rebellion have claimed all of the outer structures.
Well, let's take a look as the 4-1 split push closes in. They actually don't get super deep vision, But it's just going to be enough for Otacon start anyway. There's still a Tri-Brush Ward here that is providing some good value for C9.
What do we call the Otacon, Kobe?
The Great Equalizer.
I get nervous.
You know what else, though? Poppy. Poppy has the big opportunity here.
True, can ult away the smite. Or they can just look at Fudge right now. He's all alone here. The rest of the team was not willing to peel off the objective immediately to go for him. Now the Poppy ult goes out. Fudge is going to try and limp away, takes a huge chunk of damage. Teleport's still on cooldown, so he cannot back heal up and get back into the fight.
Oh my god.
Do C9 now go for it?
Otacon does too much damage. It's like a bait. It'll shred you. It'll do a bunch of damage. Yone can just get mid. Just get money on Yone. They really need some more money on this guy. Loki has been kept down. Even though he got to his Blade of the Ruined King, needs some more crit multipliers to come in for him as well.
I mean, they're still on it. This thing's been aggroed for over a minute at this point. Fudge backs and is walking back out onto the rift, and now C9 will finally back away.
Okay, so Palafox defends the mid tower. So Loki was unable to get any tower gold there. He did at least push in the minions, but Shopify, I gotta say, like, this game here should definitely be theirs to lose. They have very, very good interactions versus the Cloud9 comp. They have plenty of gold to work with here. 2 item power spikes coming in all over the place. So just calmly reset and then go start Otacon again. Yeah, Fudge had to blow his flash. He took a dangerous, pathway in there, but that's not really going to be that big of a deal. But they're not actually going right back over to the Otacon to start that up again. They're actually getting bot side Scuttlecraft first, and I assume they'll just catch the bot wave. Fudge has teleport, so he can just catch that wave, and maybe then they'll traverse their way over. Because, I mean, Cassiopeia does so much damage. Like, with that plus a Sivir with 2 items, I feel like they could burn it down, but they don't want to risk anything at the moment. Maybe they just want to get Dragon off the map first.
Yeah.
So they'll wait for the Dragon, another 40 seconds, calmly get that one before heading over towards the Otacon again.
Seems to be the game plan for Shopify Rebellion. They're happy with a slower approach. Palafox has 10 snacks on that Roa now, so levels up to 14. I'm wondering how close he is to 15, because that's the reason I was tracking that before, is that Loki was behind just in his ability to hit waves after dying so many times. But Palafox could be in danger himself right now. Control Ward spots him out, but C9 do not actually full commit onto the Cass.
Yeah, looks like Shopify just retain vision on top side, perma push with Sivir, and then just grab your Dragon first before rotating your resources up to Otacon.
And Fudge should be able to walk in here, get another stack. He's already at 7. That's a bigger Cho'Gath. Let's go. As the size will scale with the amount of ults he picks up, as well as the levels in that ultimate. Also level 14 right here. So Shopify Rebellion with their second Dragon. Good on Cloud9 to at least deny the stacking. If Shopify had been able to get all of these Dragons, this would have been their soul. But Cloud9, because they took a couple of those, don't have to contest here.
Were you worried he was going to miss it?
No, I had full faith.
Okay.
Were you a little worried?
I was a little bit.
That was a lot of damage.
That was a little bit. He's done a few ults a little early. Yeah, so does get nailed that one though.
How about this early ult? Bvoy ulting in, flash follow-up from Contractz. They're trying to burst down the Ziggs, but Sivir's knocked out of their. Contractz is all alone. Sail's gonna try and bail him out, but Contractz just doesn't have the backup. Shut down gold to Loki as now Palafox lands Bethline Gaze. They're gonna pick off one of their own. Vulcan falls. Shopify answer
Mid
1 for 1.
Mid is also open. I mean, oh, they don't have a minion wave.
Ooh, but there's one
wave
coming. If they can control the approach, Thanatos is trying to get there. He's there.
They lost their jungler, though, so they have to rely on Feast cooldown if they wanted to start Otacon. Guess everyone will just wait and reset once more.
That was a very committed engage. It was Bvoy heading ultimate to force out Zven's flash, and then the flash follow-up from Contractz just gets him a little too deep in enemy territory. If he was still alive, that Otacon's looking nice and juicy for them, but still have the gold lead. Shopify Rebellion just need to control the rift for right now.
Looks like we're going to get the Bvoy purchase as well before the Sivir. Sivir's going to be massive. Yep, there's another look at it. As we saw on screen. And Poppy Ultimate this time around did have that value we're looking for.
Yep. Keeper's Verdict. It's really hard to spell shield that because the Maokai is also on top of you. So you're trying to avoid that CC first. Nice that they were able to at least answer one.
All right, here we go.
Okay, they just needed the Baron to spawn.
So nobody is blocking the Yone, so Yone's gonna get bottom tower. Oh, he's teleporting early. So Yone's coming early, they're gonna fight for sure.
Okay, C9 want to contest right here, but the engage comes through from Shopify Rebellion. They got right onto Blaber. Again, he's an AP squishier. Maokai flashes to safety. He does not die. Throws out the ultimate. Re-engage for C9 now if they want it. They saw Fudge. He got hit up with that one, but Thanatos not confident to go forward. C9's jungler is so low that they just have to back off and give the Otacon to Shopify Rebellion.
And Fudge nails another one. Boom, 9 stacks on the Cho'Gath. Okay, so the only consolation prize for Cloud9 is mid-tower gold. But Shopify, they secure the petals, they secure the Otacon buff to clean up all of the rest of them here. Very, very nice for them. I mean, you've got Sivir here, already 3 items. The full Lord Doms is done. So they truly are going to be able to steamroll objectives here. So it's on Cloud9 to find some picks, maybe, to find a little bit of surprise play.
Looks like C9's wave was able to take that bottom turret, so they also get that outer structure, but Shopify Rebellion maintained their gold lead. It's shrunk a little bit from what it was at its peak, but the Otacon's going to help out with that.
Bvoy is just going to be so hard to kill. It's Sivir with a spell shield and a cleanse and a Mikhail's on Rakan.
It's a good point. Wow.
That is really hard to take down the Sivir. So, and even the Cassiopeia has Armed Guard as well. So, yeah, Shopify carries are looking real tough to deal with.
And like you had said, I mean, with the Cassiopeia, Cho'Gath, Sivir scaling, it's not like it gets much easier for C9. They have tools, they have abilities to fight in a late game scenario, but I love seeing a Cassiopeia and a Sivir with 4 items. Like, I would rather be on that team if I'm looking at my carries.
We are well past that Cloud9 1 item point where they want to make a lot of their plays. Yone, I guess maybe you get another angle when Yone gets IE?
Okay.
Question mark?
If he can get onto the back line and blow up somebody like Bvoy, you can't cleanse a knockup, so.
Yeah.
If you get through that spell shield, but it looks like another engage from Shopify Rebellion. Keeper's Verdict from Vulcan knocks away Seos. Palafox goes into stasis. C9 have multiple members here. They time it perfectly! Locking Palafox into place outside of the Seeker's arm guard. And that's mid laner down for Shopify Rebellion.
That is unfortunate that Vulcan caught the kill, though, and he took the shutdown. If they got that shutdown into Loki, I don't know, that might have even been IE, but they're going to go for Baron anyway.
Hard to outsmite a Cho'Gath ultimate. They got to keep Fudge out of the pit. Contractz also has the smite available, so Shopify actually have 3 members here while Bvoy takes the middle turret.
He's coming over.
Looks to regroup with the rest of the team. They got to keep Cho'Gath out of that pit. Right now, that is Thanatos' job. He all-outs the wrong way, it looked like there, but no, the Baron does go down. C9 pick it up and get the big worm.
That was a really clutch pick for Cloud9 onto Palafox. They get the Baron out of it, Kangas. Does that get him to IE? It doesn't quite get him to IE, though he didn't get that shutdown money. So it's still going to be parts here for the Yone. But the Baron buff itself goes a long way.
Yeah, and that was Shopify opting in for that fight. They looked for that engage themselves. End of the day, they will get their 3rd dragon here, but this is C9's window back into the game. As Fudge actually chases down Blaber hard, still does big damage. Had the feast available, but Blaber gets out.
Yeah, so much extra value from Baron too. Zven here on the Ziggs, obviously, immediately killing the top tower. They get that gold. They push in. They get so much value from this vision all over the red buff side of the jungle. It's a Cloud9's turn to actually come back.
Do we call it an upset? Do we get the air horn?
If they win, no. I'm so confused now with the.
Yeah, well, what's an upset, what's not at this point? It is still Shopify Rebellion with a gold lead, but it's been shrinking throughout the game. It was up to 4,500 at one point. Now only at 1,500 as C9 with this Baron-powered wave push are making great use of it, getting that tower top side. Already 2,500 Red Bull Baron power play.
Let's see. Saplings in every brush. Vulcan on every blast cone.
Has a team behind him, so that's a dangerous thing to engage onto.
Yeah.
Especially with CFS presence, Poppy can be very hard to lock in place. C9 are just trying to use the Baron waves to start the siege onto these outer, or rather mid-tier turrets.
Yeah. You can see Yone pushing up mid wave too. Loki getting a bit more gold off that minion wave and chunking tower now. Let me check how much money he has. Almost there for IE, so close.
Now let's take a look at actually the rankings here, as it looks like Loki's come right back. Total gold, he's actually ahead of Palafox now. Not bad comeback as Contractz looks for idea of an engage. Now they do commit here onto the Maokai yet again. Mostly AP items. They take him out of the fight. Maokai down. Fudge pulled over the wall from the all-out of Thanatos. Contractz follows up. Top laner for top laner. Shopify trading up as they've gotten 2 for 1 so far. C9 retreat back to the river. Shopify Rebellion winning the scrap.
Good engage there from Shopify, but it only results in 1 extra kill. Cloud9 actually answered Thanatos, able to ult Fudge in and get their answer kill of at least getting 1 back. Now he for sure is going to have IE and base on there for Loki, so see about this next fight. But Shopify, they had the good look. They did use Bvoy's flash to try and chase down the extra kills.
Yeah.
I think it was Vulcan's ult, like Vulcan Poppy ulted him out after he flashed over. But the Sivir flash used for aggressive chase down here. Wonder if that ends up being big as far as the next fight is concerned, because the next one is Dragon Soul Kangas. You know, that thing's only 2 minutes away, so the Sivir flash won't be back and available. Neither will the Vi one, but of course, Ziggs and Cassante as well.
The Ziggs is going to be the big target there, but I also liked how much they've targeted Blaber. That is, what, 3 fights now that Contractz has ulted Blaber, because if you look at the items, there's some HP in there, but it's not a lot of resistances. This is not a true tank frontline Maokai. This is more about setting up the Ziggs to do more damage and also doing some damage yourself.
And even though he has an arm guard, Blaber, Contractz should be able to get enough money for his Guardian Angel before the Dragon Soul fight. So he'll also have a revive, presumably, for the big fight.
It's a minute and a half until that point. This is the moment to catch your breath if you're the players in this game. Not much to fight for until that dragon comes up. Unless you can find a pick beforehand, I do like it when teams opt for that strategy. But at least for right now, it seems like it's just about getting these waves, making sure that they're in a good position. Fudge is put to the top side here to catch that wave as it crashed into the turret. C9 are still so good at just making sure that they have these pushed waves whenever they're looking at objectives.
Yeah, I think they want to fight now. They've got their IE for Yone, and Contractz hasn't finished the Guardian Angel combined. So they're like looking around. They're trying to get some vision leading up to the Dragon Soul fight, seeing if there's any good angles here, but nothing quite yet. As they push up bottom side, Zven is trying to get some poke damage here.
Shopify Rebellion now have Fudge grouped up. He didn't fully push out that top wave. It should be just fine, though. C9 are controlling the access point to the dragon as it's up in 40 seconds, but that is an exposed inhibitor. Shopify Rebellion, they are a scaling comp. They could just give the dragon up if they think that they can get more elsewhere. Oh, no. Okay, hey, he's moving up there. That's 9 stacks this week.
Oh, he's eating all right. Question is, what about the Dragon Soul? Can he eat that one?
He's at 10 right now, so even that graphic, a little misleading. That was at 30 minutes, though, so must have gotten the other one after.
Cloud9, though, have the saplings in every brush here. Vision advantage over Dragon, so Shopify have to approach through a lot of damage. You know, there's Maokai saplings that are annoying, Ziggs bombs all over the place.
I like Bvoy just using the Sivir spell shield to tank up one of those, but now they have to approach. Loki's in the mid wave, catching that one here as a flank comes in from Contractz. They're looking at Thanatos. Tanky frontliner, teleport in from Loki. Thanatos is buying a lot of space, a lot of time for C9 right now, but he is taking damage. Loki now joins in on the fight, and it's only the frontline for Shopify Rebellion over the wall. Bvoy can't quite get in there. Contractz kills Loki, though. The mid laner for C9 is down, and Shopify Rebellion are crushing the Dragon Soul fight. C9 fall. Shopify Rebellion with a massive team fight win and triple kill to Contractz. Zven's getting chased down. Another one as Blaber should fall. Palafox with that kill. That is an ace for Shopify Rebellion.
They're gonna do it. Shopify will take another game in this series. They will push Cloud9 to series point, Kangas.
Dragon Soul, who needs it? Just win the fight and take the Nexus. He gets a little excited at the turrets, but Shopify Rebellion will go up 2-1 in this series.